By now, I think most people know that on Monday, August 10th at about 7:34 a.m., Colombia was hit with a 7.4 magnitude earthquake. The epicenter of the earthquake was a small village in the department of El Chocó called San José del Palmar. The earthquake lasted around 2 minutes and it was about 100 kilometers deep, which is around 62 miles. So I kind of want to give you a little bit of context regarding the village San José del Palmar. It actually sits 300 kilometers west of Medellin, which is about 186 miles. If you wanted to drive from Medellin to San José del Palmar, it would take approximately 7.5 hours. It's not very easy to travel by land in Colombia because of the topography. The Andes mountain ranges are here and it takes a while for us to get through by land. The population of the village is about 4,800 people and it sits at about 1,200 meters above sea level. Today is Wednesday, August 12th. It is around 3 p.m. and it's been about 56 hours since the earthquake. Right before I hit the record button, I went online very quickly to check what the official stats were, and what I read was that there have been 254 reported casualties and over 3,000 people missing. And I find that information incredibly difficult to believe. And the reason why I don't believe that those numbers are anywhere close to the reality of the situation is because Monday's earthquake was the second strongest earthquake Colombia has reported within the last 100 years. And the epicenter and the most affected area of the earthquake is El Chocó. And we have little information about what is happening in that area. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. For those of you who are new to this space, my name is Rebecca. I was born and raised in New York City by Colombian parents, but I've been living in Medellin since 2018. I actually do guided walks in the city. And in addition to that, I make content regarding language acquisition, all things first generation American, and reflections about my life here as an expat in Medellin. So if that sounds interesting to you, you can consider subscribing. So going back to the situation regarding the earthquake, you probably have been receiving a lot of news coverage and social media content about the largest cities that have been affected by the earthquake, which are Cali, Manizales, Pereira, and Quibdó. Large cities like the ones I just mentioned usually have the infrastructure to get the rescue teams to where they need to be, to get food, medicine, and donations where they are most needed. But in this case, the epicenter of the earthquake happened in El Chocó. And 56 hours after the earthquake, what we know about what is happening in El Chocó is very little. El Chocó is one of the poorest and most neglected regions of Colombia. Its population is mostly Black and indigenous. It's actually the area where a lot of the freed and escaped slaves ran to in the 1800s during the slavery time in Colombia. This region is plagued by conflict. It's very difficult to get around. Many places don't have access to vehicles. You have to get around by boat. And they have very little access to the basics in life, like water, education, and healthcare, even internet, which is probably why we don't have a lot of information about what is happening in this region. And this is the result of a system that has historically neglected, oppressed, and marginalized its Black and indigenous communities. And this region and these communities have given a lot to Colombia. El Chocó is the wettest populated region in the world. It has the most biodiverse rainforest in the world, El Darién. Chocó receives about 10 meters of precipitation each year. It has coral reefs, volcanic sand. A lot of people in October and November like to go to El Chocó, to Bahía Solano and Nuquí to go whale watching because it has a large whale nursery. El Chocó has two coasts, the Pacific coast and the Caribbean coast, and it is extremely and critically important for the nesting of sea turtles. If you want to go scuba diving in Colombia, you're going to go to El Chocó, you're going to go to Sapsurro, you're going to go to Capurganá. And that's just on the nature side, you know? I mean, the people that come from this region of Colombia have given the country plenty of reasons to be proud and have brought them so many accomplishments. And I'll begin with Francisco Pacho Maturana. He was the coach for the 1990 and 1994 Colombian national team. He was the coach of the legends. El Pibe Valderrama, Faustino Asprilla, Freddy Rincón, who also comes from this region, René Higuita, El Tren Valencia, you know, Today, modern history, we have Carlos Sanchez that comes from this area and John Arias. Musically speaking, if you like salsa, you like Nietzsche, Jairo Varela comes from this area also. Choquip Down, Grammy winners. This region of Colombia is so rich in culture, music, and food. Just this week, actually, it was supposed to be a very important week in Cali because they were going to celebrate El Petronio Alvarez, which is the largest festival of the music from the Pacific region of Colombia, and unfortunately we were met with this disaster, so they canceled it. But it was supposed to be a celebration of the Pacific region, and I think that even though the festival is not taking place anymore, we still have to honor what we were going to celebrate, which is the Pacific and neglected region of the country. So yes, people, El Chocó needs your awareness. If you are interested in donating, I have left some official channels in the description of this video. I have also left some social media accounts that you can follow if you're interested in keeping up to date with what is happening in this specific region of Colombia. But for now, that is all I have for you today. Please be safe, and I will see you in the next one.